In Greek mythology, there are many monsters appearing in stories. In this video, we will describe 5 main characters that are Medusa, Scylla and Charybdis, Minotaur, Cerberus, and Polyphemus.
Medusa. What did come to your mind first when you heard this name? Maybe it's a horrible monster, a gargant, a female who has a living snake at her head. But no one thought about something that she was a beautiful maiden before. The maiden wished her beauty can make the god fall in love with her. Medusa is one of 3 daughters of Circe and Cato, and she was the only one in Gargant that she's the one who is immortal, while her two sisters is immortal. From the old story to tell about the Medusa story. Medusa was originally a beautiful maiden before, the jealous aspiration of many sisters. But because Poseidon had left her in Athena temple, that made Athena very angry very much. She decided to transform Medusa's beautiful hair to a serpent and made her face so terrible that everyone who looked into her eyes or her face will be turned into the stone. In a Medusa and Perseus story, same as the other story of the monster that which page has a monster, the hero will be there too. Same as the Medusa story, we know that she was killed by Perseus. If we talk about a monster, then we have to talk about the hero who related to Perseus, son of Zeus and Danae, who took a mission from Charybdis that he had to kill Medusa, one of the 3 Gorgons, and she is the only one that's mortal. And Perseus had to bring her head back. We can find that the name of Medusa appears in many stories and many movies nowadays, especially the movie about the god or based on the Greek mythology will have the name of Medusa in it. Almost movies describe the characteristic and Medusa in the same way, that she has the snakes as her head and anyone who looks into her eyes will be turned into the stone, as the way that Edith Hamilton wrote. But the difference is about her characteristic again. Some movies such as Crash of the Titan show that Medusa has a body half human and half snake, while Medusa in Percy Jackson and The Lightning Thief has a body as a normal human. Although it has both same and different about her characteristics, but it doesn't matter how she looks like. It doesn't matter that she has a body as a human or snake or half human or half snake. The way to kill her is the same way as Perseus did in the Greek mythology.
Have you ever heard an idiom being between Scylla and Charybdis? It's derived from Greek mythology, meaning having to choose between 2 evils. In Greek mythology, Scylla and Charybdis was a pair of monsters who lived on opposite sides of the Strait of Messina between Italy and Sicily. Scylla was formerly a beautiful maiden daughter of Phorcys and Crates. Glaucus fell madly in love with her. She did not return his love, so she fled from him. Glaucus went to Circe, asked for a potion that would melt Scylla's heart. Circe fell in love with him, but Glaucus still wanted Scylla. Circe was so mad she made a poison to damage Scylla's beauty and put the poison in Scylla's bathing spot. When Scylla took a bath, she was transformed into a horrifying monster with 6 arms, 6 heads, with 4 eyes each, and at the lower part of her body, 6 hideous dogs with mouths containing 3 rows of razor-sharp teeth. Scylla usually gave human or any animal that would venture in the surroundings. Next is the story of Charybdis. Long time ago, she was born to the great sea god Poseidon. Charybdis fled land to enlarge her father's underwater kingdom. Charybdis had won so much land for her father's kingdom. Zeus became enraged with her. He vowed to stop her forever, and to do this, he transformed her into a monster. Charybdis sucked gallons of salt water, and with it, she sometimes swallowed passing ships. Hundreds of sailors drowned in those whirlpools. According to Greek mythology, Odysseus was forced to choose which monster to confront while passing through the strait. He opted to pass by Scylla and lose only a few sailors, rather than risk the loss of entire ship in the whirlpool. Jason was another Greek hero who encountered Scylla and Charybdis. Jason needed to sail the Argo between the two monsters. Similar to Aeneas, he managed to traverse the strait safely, although with a lot of physical effort. In the movie adaptation, Charybdis appears in an genetic creature creating whirlpool in Percy Jackson, The Sea of Monsters, and in 1997 miniseries The Odyssey. This myth is discussed an example of a no-win scenario in order to teach people that sometimes there is no right answer. The choice between Scylla and Charybdis is not about the difficulty of curtain choice. It is about the fact that, in the midst of making difficult choice, we are captain of our life.
Minotaur is a monster who was born by Pasiphae, who is Minos king's wife, and a wonderfully beautiful bull. So, Minotaur is a half bull and half human. The story about Minotaur is the story about hero Theseus, who was conquer him. It started with the king Minos lost his son, Androgeus, when he came to Athens, and King Aegeus sent him to kill the dangerous bull, but sadly that bull had killed the youth. King Minos was so angry, he invaded country and captured it, and he would destroy it to the ground at least every 9 years. They sent 7 boys and 7 girls to Crete. Minos would send them to the Minotaur to devour. When Theseus came to Athens and knew this, he rebelled himself for killing it. He came to Crete, and while he was parading before the inhabitants, Ariadne, who is King Minos' daughter, falls in love with him and tries to help him. And she found. She told him to know, when he go to the labyrinth, he do follow, Ariadne said. He found Minotaur there, but it asleep. Theseus is pinning it to the ground and punching it to death with his fist because he has no weapon. That's how it died. Minotaur had on the film entitled Minotaur in 2006. It was a horror film directed by Jonathan English and on TV movie in year 2008 too.
Cerberus was the three-headed dragon-tailed dog who guarded the gate of the underworld, allowing all spirits to enter by letting none out. Cerberus had many involvement with heroes and heroines in mythology, such as Psyche, Aeneas, Orpheus, and Hercules. Although Cerberus' appearance will look faithful, it could be easily modified by a cake. For example, in Psyche's story, when Psyche was asked by Venus to bring back a box of charms from Queen of Days, she could pass to the underworld by giving Cerberus a cake. Same as Psyche's story, when Aeneas went to the lower world to meet his father, the Sibyl gave the Cerberus dog some cake, and it didn't make them in trouble. However, the only one who passed the Cerberus by not giving a cake but playing a lie was Orpheus. He stuck the line, and the sound made the Cerberus relax its guard, so he could enter to the underworld to bring his wife back. Cerberus also involved with Hercules' labor. Bringing back the Cerberus dog from the underworld was the worst labor for Hercules. Finally, he could overcome Cerberus by his hands only. Moreover, Cerberus not only was a feature in works of Greek and Roman literature, but also in art. The numerous references to the Cerberus have appeared in ancient Greek and Roman art, such as statues, architecture, and pottery, inspired by the mythology of the creation.
Polyphemus, the most famous of Cyclops, is Polyphemus,
He was a man-eating giant with single eye, who was the son of Poseidon, a god of sea. The hero that involved with Polyphemus was Odysseus. After the Trojan War, he was on the way that sent back to home. Odysseus and his crew were stopped at the island that Cyclops lived. The island was plentiful with food, so Odysseus and his crew entered the cave of Polyphemus. When Polyphemus came back to his cave, he was angry that had stranger came to his cave. He killed 2 men and ate them. In the next day on the morning, Polyphemus also killed 2 men same yesterday. Odysseus planned to escape from this island. In the evening, they tried offering him to drink wine. While he was danced and slept, Odysseus and his crew took a large stick and sharpened into his eye. So he was become to a bad giant. After that, Polyphemus paid to Poseidon, his father. Poseidon was very angry and punished Odysseus by warning him that he can went back to home when he faced with difficulty for a long time. Over time, he was changed from a faithful monster to be a mild monster. Also in the past, he was a bad monster. He was turned to be a harmless giant in the later. The character of Polyphemus was taken to create a series of 5 fantasy novels, Percy Jackson and the Olympians.